I am in my living room today to tell you about a life lesson that has to do with predicting people's performance. An important thing that we all do, and we should all know about what to look out for. So, many years ago, I was traveling to Egypt. My family's Egyptian, and we would spend almost a month at a time there. And during this month, there's a lot of time to feel bored, so I started exploring the TV channels, and I found a UFC fight. I never watched a fight before, but I felt like this was the time to sit down and watch it. Luckily, it ended up being a very good fight. It was a man named Diego Sanchez versus some other guy named Clay Guida, and it was a barn burner. It was very exciting, amazing, and it actually set up Diego Sanchez to fight for the title, the championship of the world. So at this point, I'm feeling pretty good about Diego Sanchez, but they started introducing promotional material where Diego was talking about how he was approaching the training. And a lot of it had to do with mental techniques and positive vibes. So he would go around saying, yes, 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 yes. And that positivity really sold me. I was enamored with this self-belief that he had. He even went so far as to create something called the yes cartwheel. So while he was doing a cartwheel, he would say, yes, yes. It's on YouTube. You should check it out if you have a moment. But it's like historic in terms of the amount of positivity that this man had. The man he was facing, though, the champion, was this guy named BJ Penn, who I know was pretty good, but you know what? You can't beat a guy who believes in himself that much. I was so confident, I made a bet on this, and I rarely ever make bets. In fact, when I go to Vegas, I hardly bet, but if I do, I'll bet like $1 or $2. I'll play the video game slots, and if I lose, it's not a big deal. Whatever, gambling is for suckers anyways. So on this fight, I bet $5, which was a lot at the time for me. I was a grad student. Things were cheaper back then. This wasn't, 2022 inflation rates. You could actually get a Chipotle burrito. I'm a grad student. I'm hungry. These things matter. So I put this $5 bet, and my friend, big fan of BJ Penn, bet on BJ. Great, I'm gonna win this. We were watching the fight, and it is one of the biggest beatdowns ever in UFC history. The receiving end of the beatdown is Diego Sanchez. His forehead literally gets split wide open. One of the biggest cuts I've ever seen. Bleeding completely. BJ Penn retains the title. And I lose my $5. So, the lesson of the story is, number one, if you're going to predict someone's performance, make sure you base it on their actions, not on their words.